Canadian card collector here, and welcome back to day 546 of a daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the black colorway of the National Playing Cards from Theory11. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. So that we can see that is in the standard, no, it is in a matte finish tuck box, a matte black finish tuck box there. You got the National logo there at the top. It says National Playing Cards, premium quality, U.S. regulation. 52 poker size, 311, made in the US of A, the finest of playing cards. Then you got that design there in the middle where it's all the suits, the clubs, hearts, diamonds, and spades. They're all in that kind of like pinstripe there, all like stacked on top. Then you got a little bit of like gold foiling on the tuck box there. On one side says made in the United States. Other side says national playing cards and then national and national on the top. On the bottom, you got the 311 little logo there, and then Socotrova, premium playing cards, 311, made in the USA. On the back, little sneak peek of that back sign. And for the seal, you got a white stamp style seal, but on the bottom and the top, you got a little bit of a bump, so not like a full stamp style there. And then it says seek, find, and it says seek and find, a national. And then you got a little circle design there with a little heart, a little star. And it says National Playing Cards, Seek and Find. There you got a little triangle design and some skulls. And then on the top there, it's covered up, so I'm not entirely sure what it says, but it might just say Nationals, something like that. But now we'll press down the seal, grab our handy dandy card opener. Now, for the tuck flap, you just got a little gold stripe going down. And then for the tuck flaps here, the inner tuck flaps, you got a little circle with a star in there for each tuck flap. Now we take the cards out of the box. On the inside of the tuck box, it is fully custom there. It's that matte black background with that kind of gold foiling kind of like square and line pattern all the way throughout. So definitely a custom interior there, which I really like. And now that we look at that tuck box, time to look at the cards. And as always, we'll start with the back design. So here we have a mirrored back design. There was the standard white border. And it is just I was going to say a black and white colorway, which that's what it looks like. But I'm pretty sure that's actually some silver metallic ink. So a black and silver metallic ink with a little bit of white there. So you got that design here. Wait, did we? Oh yeah, okay, that one. Okay, yeah, okay, so for the back design here, we have that circle design there in the middle with the four suits there all stacked on top of each other. And that says national and playing cards there. Then you got that silver foiling for the rest of like the stripe design there. Then you got the standard white border with a black background there. And it is mirrored, so you flip it over. Same design in both directions. And now for the cards you get with the deck. We'll start with the first Joker here. It says Joker there. That kind of more like lighter, like goldish silver kind of metallic ink. There, then you got that circle design with the star in the middle with a little heart there in the middle with a little sword going through it. Then you got the four suits there. A little skull. It says Theory11 National Playing Cards. And then you got a second identical Joker there. So two identical Jokers. Then we get to that custom Ace of Spades there. Which is a half and half spade. So you got a half like half black and gray spade there with that kind of tan snake with a little bit of silver metallic ink there, and you got those like shiny lines around it. Then you got the custom suits and font there for the numbers and pips there in the corners. Then you got that custom spade design. Definitely a small pip in the middle of the deck, a really small one actually. Like they were kind of tiny, so I had to zoom in to be able to see them. There, but you can see that it has like a little bit of like metallic ink, kind of that silver metallic ink. There's a full little outline there. And that goes throughout the rest of the spades there. And then some of the suits have a little snake, a little design on them there. The higher the number. Then we got the custom core cards here. That was fully custom core cards there. That kind of silver and tan kind of colorway there. Then you got the custom ace of diamonds there in that red and that two-tone red. There was a little bit of tan there and some more silver metallic ink once again. There. And then you got the custom diamond design. Once again, there's smaller pips, so it's a little bit hard to see, so you have to zoom in there. But fully custom diamond suits as well. And then we get to the Jack, Queen, and King of Diamonds. Once again, that two-tone red and tan colors, that silver metallic ink. And the same thing for the clubs here. Got that custom court cards with that tan and silver colorway there. And then you got that custom club design. Got to zoom in once again to be able to see it, but more with silver metallic ink. Which is always nice to see with silver, because you usually see gold, but you don't usually see silver too often. So it's always nice to get some. And you got that custom Ace of Clubs there. That half and half design, kind of like the spade. Ace of Spades there, half gray, half black there. With a little bit some silver metallic ink. And then lastly, we got the Jack, Queen, and King of Hearts. Once again, that custom coloring, custom design there. And then we got the custom heart design there. Kind of like the spades there. With that silver metallic ink. And those smaller suits there on the cards. Which makes it a little bit harder to see. Then we got that custom Ace of Hearts there. Which looks really nice there. You got the little squiggles going across there. And you kind of got the little flamey kind of design there. There was that silver metallic ink. And then the last two cards in the deck are just those two Theory11 ad cards there with the different logos design there. But now that we took a look at the cards, for the handling, they are made by the United States Playing Company. So they just have that classic air cushion finish. And straight out of the box, you can definitely feel a little bit of stiffness there. But the more, like when I first spring them, they were like definitely stiff. But the more springs you do, like the more shuffling, the more broken in there'll be. So they got some nice springs, nice and crisp and nice and smooth. And then they got some nice fan ability there. You can see all the numbers there. Nice and even spread. And they feel nice in the hands there. And they look good with packet abilities, with the packet cuts. So overall, you're going to have no issues with the handling. They're a little bit stiff, like I said, straight out of the box. So you just got to shuffle them up a little bit, then they'll be just fine. There, so there's definitely no issues there. You got that nice giant fan there with that little bit of shine to it. There. Well, I guess there's not much more to say other than one little look at that back design once again. There was that silver metallic ink, which I really like. And then you got the fully custom faces there from the aces to the kings there. With those smaller like suits there, like on the cards, like the suits. Which makes it a little bit harder to see, but still pretty nice there with those fully custom court cards and stuff with that metallic ink, like I kept mentioning. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 546 of a daily deck review, and this has been the black colorway of the National Playing Cards from, which will never focus. I don't know why these never focus. Anyways, it's from Theory11, and I'm the Canadian Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.